Good morning, students. I am Dr. N. Vijay, Associate Professor, Bharat Institute of Law, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research, Salayur, Chennai. Today, we are going to discuss about indifference curve analysis. Okay. It is one among the component of principles of economics. It is one among the component of principles of economics. Okay. First, lesson plan. Indifference curve analysis. First of all, we are going to discuss about introduction part of indifference curve analysis. Definition of indifference curve analysis. Next. So after introduction, we are going to know about the definitions of indifference curve analysis. Next, after that, we are going to study about the assumptions of indifference curve analysis. Okay. After that, shape of indifference curve analysis. So diagrammatic explanation about the indifference curve technique. Indifference curve map. Last one, properties of indifference curve analysis. Okay, isn't it? So are you able to follow me? Well, next we are okay. Next, what are the various names of indifference curve analysis? So what are the various names of indifference curve technique or analysis? The first and foremost point is consumer theory of demand and choice. The first and foremost thing, the first and foremost name, consumer theory of demand and choice. Another one, two commodity model. Another one, two commodity model. So after that, we can call it as indifference curve technique. Okay. Once, so we want to know about the various names of indifference curve analysis. First of all, consumer theory of demand and choice. Number two, two commodity model. Number three, indifference curve technique. Okay. So before going to know about the indifference curve analysis, so we know about the introduction part of that indifference curve analysis. So the first approach to study consumer theory of demand, available to us by a group of economists. Group of economists headed by Alfred Marshall. So two cardinalist thinkers. So the concept of utility is measurable. So the utility can be measured. Can be measured. So the concept of utility is measurable and expressed in strict numerical forms. Strict numerical forms. Numerical forms. So according to cardinalist, the utility is addable. According to cardinalist thinkers, utility is addable. So we have to compare. So that comparable and measurable and measurable in minute forms. In minute forms. So the cardinalist approach, that is belongs to old approach, Marshallian approach. Okay, Marshall's utility theory. Okay. In that particular theory, have three assumptions, three major assumptions. So the cardinalist utility analysis is purely based on three major assumptions. Number one, rational behavior of human beings. Number one, rational behavior of human beings. So all human beings are rational. Okay. Number two, measurability, addability, and comparability. Measurability, addability, and comparable in numerical forms. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. For example, so I got 2 units of utility. Okay. So the third one, marginal utility of money remains constant. The marginal utility of money remains constant. Next one, the Marshall's utility analysis. The Marshall's utility analysis has many defects and weakness. So utility cannot be measured. Utility cannot be measured cardinally. Okay, utility cannot be measured cardinally. Number 2, single commodity model. So Marshall utility analysis is purely based on single commodity model. So it is unrealistic one. It's unrealistic one. Money is an imperfect measurement of utility. Money is an imperfect measurement of utility. Money means measure of value. Measure of value. Okay. Money means measure of value. Store of value. So man is not a rational. Man is not a rational. Next point, utility analysis does not study or it fails to study about. So the utility analysis fails to study about income effect, substitution effect, and price effect. So the Marshall's utility analysis fails to study about income effect, substitution effect, and price effect. Okay. So now we are entering into the introduction part of indifference curve analysis. Okay. The so-called ordinalist thinkers. So ordinalism in economics was first developed by Edgeworth and Wilfredo Pareto. Okay. After that, it was refined by J.R. Hicks and R.G.D. Allen. J.R. Hicks and R.G.D. Allen. Value and capital in the year 1939. Value and capital in the year 1939. A revision of demand theory. A revision of demand theory in 1956. A revision of demand theory in 1956. Okay. So the theory, ordinalist theory, the ordinalism is based on the faith of accepting, the one of the basic assumptions of Marshall's rationality approach. One of the basic assumptions of rationality assumption. So the Marshall's utility analysis. So the theory, the rationality assumption is purely based on, we derived the rationality assumptions from Marshallian utility analysis. Okay. Rationality analysis or approach. And reject the other. One, to understand consumer preference. To understand consumer preferences using indifference curve. There is no change. There is comes under indifference. To understand budget constraints. To understand the effect of price. To understand the effect of price and income changes on consumer equilibrium. Okay, consumer. So now we are going to enter into definition. Before that, the indifference curve analysis was created by Edgeworth and Wilfredo Pareto. So the indifference curve analysis was refined by J.R. Hicks and R.G.D. Allen. R.G.D. Allen. Okay. Next, definitions. An indifference curve is the locus of all those combinations of two goods. Before that, we know about the indifference curve analysis. What are the various names of indifference curve analysis? Consumer theory of demand and choice. Another one, two commodity model. Same thing. An indifference curve is the locus of all those combinations of two goods. That's why we are call it as two commodity model. Okay. Of all combinations of two goods, which give the same level of satisfaction to the consumer. Which give the same level of satisfaction to the consumer. To the consumer. We are all consumers. We are all. No way. We generally accept this concept. All human beings are consumers. Okay. Next. So thus, consumer is indifferent. Consumer is indifferent towards all the combinations lying on the same indifference curve. Indifference curve analysis. Thus, consumer is indifferent towards all the combinations lying on the same indifference curve technique. Okay. In other words, consumer gives equal preference. Consumers gives equal preference to all such combinations. To all such combinations. Okay. So what's meant by indifference curve? Indifference curve is the locus of all those combinations of two goods which give the same level of satisfaction to the customer. Same level of satisfaction to the customers. Okay. In other words, consumer gives equal preference. Consumers gives equal preference to all such combinations. To all such combinations. Okay. Next, assumptions of indifference curve analysis. It is a backbone of indifference curve analysis. So assumptions are backbones. Look like backbones of indifference curve analysis. First and foremost assumption, a rationality assumption. So the consumer acts a rational way so as to maximize satisfaction. So the main aim of the customer or consumer is to maximize satisfaction. To maximize satisfaction. It is a prime objective of all the customers. It is a prime objective. Okay. Are you able to follow me? So the main objective of the customer is consumer is to maximize satisfaction. There are two goods X and Y. There are two goods X and Y. Number 3. The consumers, we are all consumers. Okay. The consumers possess complete information about the price of the goods in the market. So the consumers, we know about the price level of the commodity goods available in the market. Okay. We know about the price level of the two commodity. Number 4. The price of the two goods are given. The price of the two goods are given. Okay. Number 5. consumers' taste, habits, and income. So consumers' taste, habits, income remains the same throughout the analysis. So there is no change in the consumers' taste, habits, etc., fashion, designs, technology, whatever it is. There is no change in the consumers. Okay. Taste, preference, satisfaction, etc., Okay. Number 6. The consumer prefer more of X to less of Y. The consumer prefers more of X to less of Y, and more of Y to less of X, vice versa. Okay. So if I am going to purchase apple, means I am interested to purchase apple. Okay. The main objective of the theory is the consumer. So I want to purchase 2 commodities at a time. So apple as well as orange. There is no substitute commodities. So apple is not a substitute commodity of orange. 2 different commodities. 2 different types of commodities. So the customer wants to purchase 2 commodities at a time. So I am aware of the price level of the 2 commodities, apple as well as orange. Price level of apple as well as orange. Okay. Number 7. An indifference curve is negatively declined. Sloping. Decline sloping and negatively declined. It's look like a demand curve from left to right. It's look like a demand curve from left to right. So an indifference curve is always convex to the origin. So an indifference curve is always convex to the origin. So it's look like a smooth and continuous. It's look like smooth and continuous curve, which means the 2 goods are highly divisible. And those level of satisfaction also change into a continuous manner. In a continuous manner. So those level of satisfaction also change in a continuous manner. Okay. 10th point. Consumer arrange the 2 goods in a scale of preference. So I am preferred to purchase more of apple, less of orange. So I give importance to purchase apple. When we compare to orange, I give importance to purchase apple. Okay. That is called as preference. So preference, which means that he has both preference and indifference for the goods. So I am preferred to purchase 2 commodities. I am willing to get more on apple, less of orange. So the main aim of this theory is the consumer wants to purchase 2 commodities at a time. Okay, that is the backbone of this indifference curve theory. So both preference and indifference are transitive. It means that if combination A is preferable to B, B to C, then A is preferable to C. Similarly, if the consumer is in indifference between the combination A, B and B, C, he is indifference. He is preferable to C. Similarly, the consumer is indifference between the combinations of A, B, and B and C. So, schedule. The combinations A, B, C, D, E are look like combinations. So, various combinations. Apple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to increase 1 more unit of apple. I'm losing orange. So first combination, if you are going to take first combination A, so I am interested to purchase 1 unit of apple, 1 piece of apple, oranges, 22 oranges. So I'm going to take 22 oranges. So if I want to increase 2 unit of apple means it decline up to 14. Up to, after that, I want to increase third. It declined from 14 to 10. 14 to 10. Okay, so various combinations are there. We compare with the indifference curve techniques based on the price level of the particular product. So if the price of the commodity is 100, so if the price of the commodity apple is 100, orange 50 rupees. So budget line of the commodity 500. Okay, the main aim of the theory is the consumer wants to purchase 2 commodity. So apple means 1. So I want to get 1 unit of apple. 500 minus 100 equal to 400. So I want, after that, I want to purchase 8 units of orange. The price out of the orange is 50 rupees. So 400 into divided by 50, 8 units of orange. 8 units of orange. So combination is purely based on the budget line of the commodity, price level of the commodity. There is a link between price level of the commodity as well as budget line of the commodity. Okay. So all points along the indifference curve, represent combinations that are equally satisfying. So A, B, C, D, E are various level of combinations. Apple x-axis, orange y-axis, because we want to get more of orange. So the price of the orange is low when we compare to apple. The price of the orange is low when we compare with apple. Okay. So A, B, C, D, E are the combinations. Okay. So all the combinations. So just like we want to join the points. Look like A, B, C, D, E. So A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E. Just like a connectivity. Join. We have to get, we will get indifference curve. From left to right. From left to right. Okay, it is downward sloping in nature. So when we see the picture depicts that it's look like a demand. It look like a demand. It is always convex to the origin. So indifference map. So the indifference map refers to a set of indifference curves. A set of indifference curves reflects an understanding. And gives an entire view of consumer's choice. And gives an entire view of consumer's choice. So the below diagram depicts that 3 indifference curves. 2 or more indifference curves are shown in a given indifference curve chart. That is called as, we can call it as indifference map. 2 or more indifference curves are seen or drawn. Okay, done in a particular chart. So the diagram is called as indifference map. So what's mean by budget line? Budget constraints. Budget line or price line, price of the commodity. Shows all possible combinations of 2 goods. So budget line shows all possible combinations of 2 goods that the consumers can buy if he spend the while of his given sum of money, spend whole of his given sum of money on his purchase at the given prices. Okay, so I am going to purchase. The price of the apple is 100. So I want to spend. I want to purchase 2 commodities at a time. I want to spend 500 rupees to purchase 2 commodities. So the price of the apple is 100. Okay, orange is 50. So x-axis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 depicts that 500 units. 500. Y-axis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So per unit, per price level of the orange, 50. So the consumer wants to purchase 500 means 10 units of orange. 10 to 5 is the budget line of the customer. Budget line of the consumer. Okay, the consumer can buy if he spend whole of his, that is the main thing, whole of his sum of money. So I want to spend 500 rupees to purchase only for apple. So apple price level per kg 100. So I want to get 5 kgs of apple, the sum of entire money. So I am willing to purchase orange. So the price of the orange is 50. 500 divided by 50, 10 units of orange. 10 to 5. 10 units of orange versus 5 units of apple. Like a line. That line shows that it is called as a budget line of the indifference curve. So the budget constraints limit an individual's ability to consume in light of the price. They must pay for various goods and services. So A, B, C, D combinations. Okay. So 10 units. When we compare to get 10 units means A to E is the budget line of the indifference curve analysis. A to E is the budget line of the D. Okay. Within the budget line, within that particular line, the consumer wants to satisfy his or her own satisfaction. It is attainable. The consumer wants to enjoy. Consumer wants to enjoy. Okay, that is attainable. Beyond that point, may not be possible. May not be possible. So combinations A, B, C, D, all the possible combinations. The price of the apple is 6. For example, if the price of the apple is 6 per unit, orange price level 2. So total budget 6. Okay, apple as well as orange. Okay, 24 is the budget line of the commodity. 24 rupees I want to spend. Purchase. So 0. The price of the orange is 2. 24 divided by 12 equal to 24. So I am fully purchase orange alone. Okay. I want to get 1 unit of apple and 9 unit of orange. That gives 24 rupees 24. Number C, combination C. 2 units of apple. The price of the apple is 6. 6 into 2, 12. 12 rupees already. We purchased apple, 2 units of apple. Remaining 12 divided by 2. 6 unit of the consumer wants to purchase 6. Okay. Within the point A, B, C, D, E combination are drawn in a particular line. It's called a budget line. Okay, next. Properties of indifference curve analysis. Properties. An indifference curve has negative slope. Negative slope. That is the slope downwards from left to right. From left to right. Downward sloping in nature. The first and foremost property is an indifference curve has negative slope, negative decline in nature. Okay. Number two, the indifference curve is always convex to the origin. Convex to the origin. It implies the goods, two goods are imperfect substitutes. And marginal rate of substitution, that is called as MRS, between two goods decreases. So as a consumer move along an indifference curve will be a straight line of MRS, marginal rate of substitution is constant, and L step in case of 3. So it is always convex to the origin. It's always convex to the origin. Third point, two indifference curve never intersect or become tangent to each other. Never cut. Okay, it never cut. Two indifference curve cannot intersect each other. Okay, IC1 as well as IC2, it never cut each other. Okay, this is a violation of rule, violation of basic assumption. So indifference curve, it is always convex to the two indifference curve cannot intersect each other. That is the third properties of indifference curve analysis. Another one, higher indifference curve gives higher level of satisfaction. Higher indifference curve gives represent higher level of satisfaction. So when we get IC1, IC2, IC3, IC4, so I am willing, so my budget line permit to purchase two commodity at a given price line. The price line of the commodity comes and budget line of the commodity comes under IC1 means there is no change in the particular. So my income level slightly increased from IC1 to IC2. A slight increase in IC1 to IC2. Okay. The combination increase higher level of satisfaction. It increase up to IC4 based on the budget line of the individual customer. So we are purchasing the commodity. We decide to spend money. We plan, allocate money. So the allocation of money comes under budget line of the particular. Like before that, we know about the price of the two commodity. Okay, higher indifference curve give higher level of satisfaction. So IC4 gives maximum level of satisfaction to the customer. When we compare to IC3, IC2, IC1. When we compare to IC1, IC4 gives more level of satisfaction. That is called as higher level of satisfaction to the customers. Next, indifference curve touches neither x-axis nor y-axis. It cannot touch x or y-axis, horizontal or vertical axis. Indifference curve never touch x or y axis. Okay. Number 6. Indifference curve need not to be parallel. Look like horizontal axis. Look like horizontal axis. Indifference curve need not be parallel to each other because of different level of different marginal rate of substitution on different indifference curve analysis. Different indifference curve analysis. So before closing the unit, first of all, we know about the indifference curve analysis. Introduction part. So ordinalist thinkers, Edgeworth as well as Wilfredo Pareto. So you concentrate to develop ordinalism. Okay. So the ordinalist thinkers, ordinalism was developed by, refined by J.R. Hicks and R.G.D. Allen, 1939 as well as 1956. Value and capital. Value and capital. Next. What's mean by indifference curve analysis? So combination. Within the combination, the consumer wants to maximize his satisfaction. So there is no change in the level of satisfaction within the particular. What are the assumptions? First and foremost assumption, rationality assumption. All human beings are rational. The main aim of the consumer is to maximize his or her own satisfaction. So maximize satisfaction. Okay. Number 3, the customer know about the price level of the two commodities. Consumer is aware of market information. Okay, there is no change in the taste, preference, satisfaction, income of the individual, etc., etc. Okay, other things remaining ceteris paribus. Okay, other things being equal, there is no change. Other things being constant. Okay. So he prefer more of apple, less of orange, more of orange, less of apple. There is no substitute commodities. There is no substitute commodities. People know about the complete information about the market. So demand and supply of the price of the commodity. So these are all the various assumptions. Okay. The consumer wants to maximize her own satisfaction within the given indifference curve analysis. So there is no change in the satisfaction level. Okay. What are the properties of indifference curve analysis? First and foremost property, indifference curve always convex to the origin. The slope of indifference curve is downward sloping in nature. Indifference curve never intersect each other. So indifference curve touches neither x-axis nor y-axis. Indifference curve need not be parallel to each other. Okay, what's meant by budget time? So allocation. So people are willing to allocate some amount to purchase the two commodity at a time. That amount is called as budget time. 500 rupees. Okay, I want to purchase two commodity. Okay, how is it possible? Because people know about the price level of the two commodity. Okay, so that he has to allocate certain amount to purchase the commodity. That is called as budget line of the particular product or particular budget line. Okay. Do you have any doubt? I think. Okay. You don't have? So you don't have any doubt? I think so. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Present here.